You know, stories like this tempt me into thinking that perhaps, just maybe, Western civilization is beginning to regain its sanity again. Here's the headline: Professor ordered to complete free speech training. That's right, free speech training after failing student for using biological woman. So this is the first I've heard of free speech training, and I think this is an excellent development because I think free speech training would be the actual diversity training, not the diversity training that they're doing now, which makes everybody resent each other. But what's going on here? A professor who failed a student for using the term biological woman in an assignment was officially reprimanded and ordered to complete free speech training. And it really is astonishing. A professor would have to be trained to accept different viewpoints. I mean, that used to be the whole point of university, right? You have a bunch of different ideas, you hash it out, and all in pursuit of truth, ultimately. But apparently this is where we find ourselves. Professors have to be retrained to be able to tolerate ideas that they don't agree with. Incredible. Adjunct instructor Melanie Nipper received an official reprimand from the University of Cincinnati weeks after she gave her student Olivia Krozik, I think that's how you say it, a 0 on her final project proposal for using the term biological woman in Nipper's class, Gender in Popular Culture. And maybe the problem goes even deeper than a professor who has no regard for free speech. Maybe the whole gender studies thing just needs to go as well, because it seems to me from everything I've seen of these courses and the curriculum for these courses, you could just call it Gender Magic. Gender Magic 101. Because all of the stuff they're teaching young people in universities like gender studies or critical race theory, all of that stuff, none of it seems to be based in reality. I mean, if you think this is healthy and you think this guy's a white supremacist, you're not living in the real world. And here we have a video from the student. Let's see what she has to say.
I got a 0 on a project proposal in my class because I used the term biological women, which is apparently not allowed anymore. She even said it was a good project proposal, but I got a 0 because I used this term and it's exclusionary and not allowed anymore, so. And I 100% know that this is like the most biased grade ever because my project is about transgenders competing in biological women's sports. How am I supposed to do my final project if I can't use the word biological women? But that's what my project is about.
I think it's because your course is bullshit. I think that's maybe the problem. But to the credit of this university, they actually did the right thing. This reprimand from the university stated, quote, "To prevent any further violation of the free speech policy, you must complete training on the requirements of the campus free speech policy. Through the end of the academic year 24-25, you must submit all syllabi to me at least 2 weeks prior to the beginning of classes for review and approval." And it continued, quote, "Any other violations of UC policy may be subject to termination. You are reminded that your employment may be terminated with or without cause." What is going on? This is actually sane. This is actually responsible. This actually seems like this university, or at least this department, is run by adults and not mentally ill children. Now, the professor obviously is feeling oppressed by all of this and appealed the decision, stating that her restriction on harmful speech was necessary to ensure a safe learning environment and that the topic itself was inappropriate as it targeted trans women as a source of oppression for cis women in sports. I don't know. Are you really that oppressed when you're just easily winning everything? And as for this necessary to ensure a safe learning environment, I must say that this redefinition of the word safe has got to go into the trash bin of history. Because you know what's not safe? Dylan Mulvaney on any rooftop in Afghanistan. Because that's only going to go one way, and it's not going to be a partnership with Bud Light. So the word safe has no part in this conversation, okay? The words biological woman can't actually hurt you. They can only make you saner. Anyway, the crazy person continued, additionally, as the class has students that identify as gender nonconforming and or trans, I felt it was necessary to educate her regarding inclusive language to ensure, here we go again, a safe learning environment for other students. And for one thing, this whole gender nonconforming thing should just be thrown out of the way. Look, anything that includes frog gender is too retarded to even talk about. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. Sharing really helps me out. I thank you for that. I will see you next time.